Okay, so welcome everybody to the unboxing of Black Rose Wars Rebirth. I just showed you a video of the box. Well, let's do that now. Okay, so this is the box. The size of the box is huge. So I'm just going to take all the pieces out and then we'll see what's inside. Okay, so that was the big box. This is what was in there. All right, so we've got this, these three, this one, and then these two. So there's a whole lot to get through. I guess we'll start with Rebirth and then go through all this and keep this for the end. Because if I'm not mistaken, I probably will be mistaken, so I'm not going to even say it. I'll start with this, and then the rest. Okay. Okay, so here is the main box. It looks pretty sweet. Let's take a look at the side. So Rebirth 1 to 4, 14 plus 19 minutes. So of course Black Rose Wars Rebirth, right? And all sides are the same. So I'm just going to skip that. I'll just skip to the back of the box, which looks like this. Are you ready to fight to become the new Grand Magister? So you can see it looks pretty sweet. Deck building, tactical game, stunning miniatures. We'll see that in a bit. All right, so let's open it up. I don't think there will be art on the inside. There is not. Okay, so I will put it, I'm going to put it next to it because it's too small. This is the rule book. Let's take a look. All right. The lodge is now destroyed. The order of mages governed and managed by the Grand Magister is but a faint memory. The magisters of the various schools have died or have chosen exile, but the rose still lives. Here are all the components, the models and the bases. Setup, nicely big and sprawling. The Black Rose phase, quest cards, study phase, there's a lot of stuff going on. The preparation phase, the action phase, then the evocation phase and the cleanup phase. And then, of course, the end of the game, followed by Avatar. That's an AI, so it can be used to replace a human player. That's cool. Nice. And then the lodge layouts, 2-player game, 3-player game. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay. I'm not going to pretend to know what it is, because I do not. I've never played Black Rose Wars, so I have no experience with it. I'm just going to show you the components. This is actually a punch board, by the way. It's not a game board, it's a punch board. So all these come out. Yep. So more punch boards. Well, one more punch board, I should say. Then we have the first set of miniatures, but I'm going to look at these in detail with the other camera. So I will do that. I'll put this on the side first, and I'll do it later. So this is where all those pieces will go. And I think maybe some of the expansion stuff as well. Then we have this part here. I don't think there's anything else underneath. So let's take a look at these boards. These are the player boards. So red, blue, looks really nice actually, purple, and black brownish I guess. Then we have a bunch of stuff here. Some cubes. More cubes. More cubes. More cubes. And you guessed it. Cubes and cubes. You can see it goes for different players, of course. So I'm going to put these back. Then we've got one miniature, which I'll put on the side. We'll check him out in a second. Well, I think we should say we check it out because it was some kind of monster. This seems to be mostly standees, or bases, I should say. They are bases for the different colors. So they don't look that special. So I'm not, well, okay, I'll open this one. This looks a little bit more special than the other one. Because it has the little fronts, as you can see. So that's cool. This has 3. This one, these have 2. And these have none. So, but maybe these have 1. Let's see. Yep, these just have 1. So there you go. So I guess maybe that's level 1, level 2, level 3. More minis, but I think these are all the same actually. Yeah, they're 3 times the same. So I'll show one of them. And apparently these 2 of these woke up. So they were standing up instead of lying down. So let's take a look at this. Okay, open it again. Come on. But double folded. So we got Gramigna, Ariana. So the back is always the same. Barandoria and Rickards. And then player aids. So the actions, the game turn, 4 times the same thing. Okay, and then here we have some more. So, well, not some more, but we also have cards. Let's take a look at this. And then we're going to look at the tiles. And then look at the other cards. So, it says here, Forgotten, Nightmare, Alchemy, Technomancy, Shamanic, Agony, and Hex. So these are for the different schools of magic, basically. This looks also like dividers, so maybe they will be used later as dividers, because it definitely looks like dividers. Okay, for now I'll put these separately. And then let's take a look at the tiles. Let me just quickly open this up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, so we have the Black Rose room. You can already see the print is really small. So, but I hope there'll be like player aid so you can just see what it does. The Oracle room. Okay. The Abyss. The other side is always prettier, but then it doesn't have the information. Mirrors room. The Observatory. Sanctuary. It doesn't have the information, it also doesn't have the space for the cubes. The Biblioteca. The Garden. The Forge. The Treasure Room. The Alchemical Laboratory. Summoner Room. Nice. The Arena. That's also cool. Armory. Yep. The Throne Room. Cool. Pleasures Room. That sounds nice. Yeah. So basically this is like when it's destroyed, and this is when it's like in actual use. The cemetery, the crypt, summon a cadaver, the sacrificial altar, and this has no name. I guess these are the starting places of everybody. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, those are all the tiles, but I'm sure more tiles will be added in the other boxes. I mean, I'm not sure, I'm just guessing. But that's what tends to happen with expansions, so... Okay, I'm going to take all the cards out. I'm going to sit down, and then I'm going to check them out. Alright, so here are the cards. So, as you can see, we already have the different cards for the different spell types. So, the art is always the same. You always have two sides, as you can see. Okay, this is always you are defeated, so yeah. So a lot of different ones. Okay, the backs are all the same. So these ones, and these ones, humiliation, hysterical escape, mental chasm, recurring nightmare. Okay. And then here, feverish dreams, crypt fever, baleful curse, cerebral worm. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff. Okay. And here we have, but these are different. These are not the same. Here, Pyre Spirits, Dominion, Rain Totem, Valor Totem. These are all different totems. Okay. Here, Visceral Fire, Ineluctable Pain, Cross and Delight, Master of Pleasure, and so on. And then this deck is a little bit different. These, I'm looking at the components. I can't really see what they are supposed to be, but you've got, I think these are also spells, but they just don't have the middle black part here. So Protein Genesis, Craft, Draco's Skin, yeah. Alright, so Kinetic Infusion, and so on. And these are 12 personal spell cards. So, Assembly Line, Cube of Lamentations, Wanderer's Dream, Evil Eye, Assembly Line, says the same thing again. Okay, says the same for everybody then, I guess, yeah, okay. And then here we have the 9 forgotten spell cards. So I'm guessing these are special, powerful ones. And this one is one avatar card, because the stuff you see here is all avatar, so the AI. This is the avatar card. These are avatar command cards, so what they then do, I guess, yeah. And then these are 15 avatar event cards. And they have different backs, as you can see, the different event cards. And I'm sure they happen at certain times because they have different moon symbols. Alright. And then here, the one with the faces, half faces and so on. Those are just regular event cards, okay, that happen at different times of the game. Same for these two decks. Okay. And these as well. For example, each mage in play order may draw one card from the library, stuff like that. And also what happens in the Black Rose phase. Okay. Then we have here two Mystic Totem, well, one Mystic Totem and one Ancestral Totem card. Okay. And then these cards are 33 evocation cards. So we have the Succubus, we have Cadavers, we have Albedo, the Forgotten Construct, we have Nigredo, the Forgotten Construct, or just Construct, not Forgotten. We have the Totem, We have Umbra, which is a nightmare. And we have Colossus, undead. Okay. And then we have these cards. These are upgrade cards. So Regenerating Ichor, Corrosive Plasma, Tendon Implant, Muscular Implant, Cerebral Implant, Reinforced Dermis, Regenerating Ichor again. Okay, it's the same thing again. Yeah, alright, same stuff. And then we've got these ones here. Oh, we'll do these ones here. These are 12 Jinx cards. So to basically hinder your opponents. And then 49 quest cards. Okay. So they look like this. Also, once again, depending on which stage of the game it is in, that's what the moon represents. Okay, so those are all the cards. I'm going to put them back in the box, and then we will take a look at the miniatures. Here is the first mini. Here we go. You can see they're not kidding. They look really awesome. But since this is just a base game, there's not that many, because many of these are the same. So for example, there's a bunch of these guys. Minions you can summon, right? And then like there's 3, 6, 9 of these. And then we've got these guys. And there's 8 of those. Then we've got the totem dudes. There we go. And there's 5 of those. Then we've got these ones who look quite impressive. Even though it's a bit bent, but you know. That can be fixed later. Some really nice details. There's three of those, like I said, and then there's 3 of these. And then we have the actual characters that we're playing with. Once again, the expansion boxes will have more. There we go. Yep. There we go. And the last one for the base box, anyway. Yeah, done. All right, so I'm going to put everything back in the base box and then we'll move on to the next one. I should also mention with this insert, you can actually take it out and then put it on the game board. So I imagine these will be the sets for all the players and so on, or some other stuff, I don't know yet, but you can just take it out and use it, which is pretty awesome. Okay, next up is this box, of which I'm very curious about. So first of all, you can look at the sides. It looks very pretty. Basically, it says here, Rotas, Opera, Tenet, Repo, and Satyr. Or Sator. And the other sides are just okay, so we'll just take out the boxes one by one. So, Once Upon a Time, this is the first one. So let's take a look first. We have Once Upon a Time. We have Lost Dynasty. We have North Winds, Silk Road, Madness, and last but not least, Antiquities. So we're going to open them one by one and see what's inside. First, I'm going to take off all this plastic. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Silk Road. You can see here some of the information, but let's just open it and see what it is. Okay, so be gentle because we still have to use this. It's not the kind of box that you can throw away. So there we go, that's it. So this is the rule book for Silk Road. So we have the avatar components and the models, also some Jinx cards and so on. And you can see Sun Wukong, Piotr, Devi, Daijin, and Alicia. And they also have special rules for certain characters. Nice. And then the Punchboards, Zen Garden, Alicia. So let's open this up. So sadly, I haven't seen any guides of what's supposed to go where. Anyway, Alicia, Daijin, and Piotr. So I haven't seen any guides of what goes where, because remember, this is Zen Garden. We've seen in the main box there were some spaces there for like, seems like miniatures, but I don't know which miniatures are supposed to go there. So here we have the minis. So let's take a look at the minis. There we go. It's really cool. And here, Sun Wukong looks awesome as well with his stick. Yeah. Too bad he's not a playable character. Maybe you can summon him, I guess. These are the playable characters. Piotr, this is, I guess. And then we have Alicia, the dancer. And then we also have Daijin. There we go. Then we also have tiny little skulls, which are almost a pain to get out. But these are the tiny little skulls. Yeah. So I guess it's part of the mechanics. Alright, that's enough for the minis. We'll go back to the cards. So these are just the spells the characters have. As you can see, Diktat. Then awareness, manifestation, and Devi has her own card. Okay. And then these cards, I'm going to need my scissors to quickly open. But if it works very quickly, then I don't have to edit this out. Okay, so it works, it's open. So you already know what's coming. We have the Jinx cards. You can see the back here of the Jinx cards. And also some spell cards, maybe. Okay, so 3 Jinx cards. As you can see, Divine Dance. Then the Devi card. We also have the Sun Wukong, Forgotten Beasts. Okay. And then more Devi cards, a lot of Devi cards. Wow, so many. Alright. So she is pretty hardcore then. Okay. That's cool. So that's the end of this box. Let's move on to the next one. The next box is Madness. Okay. This is what it looks like on the back. And then let's open it. Once again, try to be careful because these boxes, they're a bit flimsy, but we still have to use them later. So, alright, that's it. So, we have this Punchboard, Sacrificial Altar of Madness. Okay. And then some character cards, the mage cards. Well, just one. Landolfo the second. Makes me think a bit of Aerosmith singer. Steven something. Okay, Steven Tyler, that's it. And this card here. Chaos. So a new spell type. Then the Sacrificial Altar of Madness, and then the other side. Boom. Alright. I can actually put this back like this already. And then we have the miniatures, which I think you can agree look really cool. So let's do these first. Because this one looks so good. Oh my god, it looks so good. Look at that. I love it when they add the different colors to the mix. Really amazing. And then the next guy might not have the colors, but he is so cool. So much detail in the armor. Like a lot of respect to the people who sculpt this. It's probably made in 3D, but still. Nice. Nice, nice. The next guy is also really cool. This guy here, really nice. Do not mess with this guy. There you go. I said already, but this one is also really cool. Like each person in this expansion pack, this character pack, whatever, is so awesome. Well, let's look at it. Wow. Nice. Reminds me a bit of The Witcher. And then this guy. With the belly and everything. And the extra hand growing out of his body. Why not? Alright. That's enough for the minis. Let's take a look at the cards. See if I can quickly open this. Yeah. No problems there. You do have to use scissors to open it though. It doesn't have like a little line that you can just pull open. But yeah, so this is the different, the chaos magic type. So shape-shifting energy, erratic vortex, necrotic plague, mutagenic madness, reclamation, disorder, ephemeral bond, dark path, corruption veil. And then his spells, ethereal tentacles. Yeah. And then also the final formula, Rubedo, Shapeless Mass, Putridum, and Night Falls is Umbra, that's then summoned, and this is Rubedo's card. Yeah. Alright. Then we have the small deck of cards that we will quickly check. Shouldn't take too long to open this. There we go. So you've got all these cards, which I think are for the avatar, no? Rubedo. Alright, and then chaos effects. Then you've got the cards for the characters. Putridum. There we go. And Rubedo. There we go. And Nocturnus. Forgotten Demon. Well, if you see him, I don't think you'll forget him. Alright, so that was Madness. Next up is Antiquities. So this is Antiquities, and this is the back of the box. Alright, so let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, you really have to be mindful, because I think it's quite easy to tear these boxes if you don't watch out. Okay, so we start with the Ludus Arena. Ludus Arena. Then we have a new person. Cassandra. All right. Then we also have a new type of magic again, and this time it is the Oracle School. So Oracle. No. This is the Ludus Arena. LMS, of course. Ludus Magna Studios. Okay. Put this back and then remove the top. Alright, so let's start with the big guy. I think he ran away from, what's it called again? Blood Rage. But he is huge, huge and heavy. Wow. And then we have the only playable character in Cassandra. She looks pretty cool though. Then we have, I don't know, we have the sisters, I guess. Very cool miniature. Yeah. Then we have this tiny one. There we go. And then I was going to say another one, but they're exactly the same. So there's two of them. Three of them actually. And the fourth one is this. Seems like a griffin. Very cool. Yeah. Okay. And then we will go on through the cards as usual. So because there's a new school, the Oracle School, obviously it also goes together with a bunch of cards, which I will show now. There we go. So we got Numa, Sisyphus Lie, Poison Words, Misfortune, Mist Over Tomorrow, Prepare, Thirst for Knowledge, and so on and so on. This is Cassandra, Pythia of Delphi. And then Weaving the Destiny, which is the Parquet they activate. So here we have Kekas, Enraged Kekas, and then Parquet, whatever. Alright, Then we have the small cards. There's a lot more of them in this box than the other box. So again we have Parquet, the Forgotten Demon, yeah. Jukas, Creepus, Araspus. So there's multiple of those. And then we have, I think these are then the, for both of them, I guess they can become AIs. Yeah, seems like it. Cool. It's good to know. Oh, underneath there's actually 2 more of those guys, of these Araspus, which makes sense because there were 5 cards. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next box, and that will be North Winds. I actually forgot to look at the rule book for Antiquities. So it is 1 mage card, reference card, forgotten cards, forgotten spell cards, and so on. And also avatar components like that we've already seen. Yeah. So special rules. And then legendary scenario. Also this has scenarios with certain layouts and so on. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, now let's move on to North Winds. Now we can continue with North Winds. Okay, so here we have it. Alright. So let's open it. Okay. This time let's start with the rule book. So North Winds looks really cool. Basically northern mythology, Norway and so on, seems to be. We've got Cormac, Odin, Fenrir, and Bjorn, and Loki. And Odin can be an avatar. Cool. So the Abyss of Hell. I've got Cormac as a playable character. And you've got the Druidic Mage School. So imagine when you play a game, you're going to have to choose a certain amount of mage schools. I imagine they are not all in the game at the same time. And here we have the Druidic Mage School. Alright. The Abyss of Hell. Summon a Crocodilus. Sorry. Put everything back. Put to the side. And then let's start with the miniatures. So first we've got Odin himself on his horse. Very impressive as well. Very nice miniature. Yeah. Okay. And then we have Cormac. There we go. And we got Fenrir, who has been attacked, apparently. Okay. Then we've got the bears. 3 of them, but I'm only going to show you one, of course. And then the Loki crocodiles. Wow. No, okay. Difficult to turn with one hand. Okay, and then we go back to the cards. Quickly open it. There we go. It's open. So as I said, druidic magic, so Path of the Claw, Frenzy, Raging Lash, Empathy, Fur of Thorns, Lifeblood, blah blah blah. Then you've got Gungir, which when you summon Odin, Ragnarok when you summon Fenrir, and then Cormac has Animal Affinity, and you also have the card for Odin. Okay. Then we have the small cards that we have to do. And then this box will be finished as well. So let's see. So here we have Irate Vidnir, so basically Fenrir. Hunted Fenrir, and then Vinrir, and Odin. I don't think I really have to show the other side, but okay. Then another Fenrir, forgotten, and the Crocodilus. Okay. Ursa, the beast, so basically one of the bears. Okay. And then we have Odin, his avatar deck. Yeah, okay. Alright, cool. So that's this box done, and then we can move on to Once Upon a Time. Okay, here's Rebirth. Looks a bit like this. Open it up. So if you think of Simon the Sorcerer, I don't think it's going to be that, but it does look like it a little bit. From Terry Pratchett's. Okay, so Once Upon a Time. There we go. We have Hogwarts and Melis. Okay. So we have Venticello, Bella, Hogwarts, Melis, and Janara and Hastur. Wow, Hastur too. Cool. Legendary scenario, Lands of Hastur. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Alright. You also have chain quests, which are very interesting, I feel. Alright, so let's move back to the box. Well, first Melis, or Malice, but it's an AE, so I guess Melis. Come on, open up. So instead of just one mage, we have more than one now. Have playable characters. We have Melis, which is cool, because we all recognize the horns. Bella, Venticello, and Hogwarts. Pretty funny. And then we have the Skull's Throne Room. Alright. So we can put this actually back, as we always do. So it's very annoying now for some reason. Okay. I don't like the scraping sound, but okay. Alright, so let's take a look at the miniatures. The mount is so cool. And it's also funny just to imagine that if you're playing it, someone's just walking around like this, you know, through the halls, from room to room. And here we have Hastur in all his glory. Although I think he would probably not like the word glory. Okay. And here, the very funny looking Hogwarts. Very cute. Alright. And then we have here Rincewind. Rincewind, that's what the other one makes me think of. Not this one, this is Bella. And here we have Maleficent, or Malice, of course. But then this makes me think of not Simon the Sorcerer per se, but Rincewind. And it is Rincewind, because if you look at his suitcase, it has legs. Yeah, so it's definitely Rincewind. Nice. Then there's 3 tiny ones. You know what? I'm just going to put it here so you can see it. These 3 tiny ones. Okay. This is what? This is half a moon. Okay. And that's a full moon. Yeah, just so you can see, because I don't want to try to mess around taking it out. And then you have this head. Look, it's a head. Whoa. It's really funny. Creepy, actually. Okay. So that's a head. And then we can move on with the cards. This is slightly easier because there's no new spell school. So this is easier to open. So I have the 8 spells for Rincewind. And then Bella. Who's Bella supposed to be? I don't know. Maleficent. Malia. I don't know, Malia is the name of the spell. And then, I guess, it's supposed to be Harry Potter then, but it's a pig, whatever. Inhabitant of Carcosa, and the woodland spirits. Oh, but it's the other way around here. Summon Hastur, summon Janara. And this is Hastur. Wow. He's looked better. There's something in here as well. I guess it's a base. Yeah, I guess for those guys. It has a base. And then we have the small deck of cards, which will be a pain to open, as usual. Oh no, this time it actually goes quite a bit easier. It's nice to have it easier sometimes. Okay, so we have the AI deck for Hastur, and then we have these ones, which I think are all these linked quests, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they are, to be honest. Oh yeah, because look, they're all attached. That's so cool. They're all attached. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, they're all create like these paintings and everything. These guys are actually playing the game. That is cool. That is cool, I gotta say. Then we've got Hastur and Janara and their bigger pictures. And then a Jinx card, Spinning Wheel Sting. Spinning Wheel Sting. Okay, those linked quests are really cool. Really cool idea. Especially visually. Alright, let's move on to Last Dynasty. Or Last Dynasty. So this is the last box from the character box, the Sator box, basically. The other 3 boxes that you saw, they're not actually part of a box. They're like loose people, I guess, whatever you can say it. So let's see what's in here. All right. Well, as usual, let's start with the rule book. There we go. So this is basically Egyptian stuff. Yeah, definitely. Because you have Imhotep, Saba, Anubis, Pharaoh, and Sphinx. Oh, that Sphinx looks really awesome. Okay. All right. Cool, let's take a look. First, you've got the character cards. I think there's 2 of them, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, there are. You've got Saba. And you've got Imhotep. Imhotep looks really cool. Yeah. And then a new School of Magic, yet again. And this time it is Heka. All right. Yeah. So the Sanctuary of Anubis, summon a Pharaoh. Boom. Nice. All right, put it back. So in a way, I would like everything. Honestly, the whole setter box is cool and everything, you know. But on the other hand, I would just like it all in one box. But look at this. This is the Sphinx. Wow. This is just so impressive. Okay. There we go. Next one. I think this is Anubis, right? Also a really cool mini. And they're both quite big and heavy too. Very nice. Then we've got 3 pharaohs, which is awesome because they're carrying their coffin on their back. It's so cool. Walking around with their coffin. And then the 2 people that you can play as. So that was Imhotep. Oh no, Imhotep is here, sorry. So cool. So much variation. Okay, and then check the cards. I always moved on to the next box. You could argue that doing the cards is not actually all that interesting. I should just go for the minis. And if you're nodding yes, I'm sorry, but I like to be complete in what I do. I like to check everything, just in case, right? So that's why I'm doing the cards as well. So this is for the new deck, right? Son of Amun. Oh wait, here. Son of Amun-Ra, Summon a Pharaoh, Cursed Hieroglyphics, Mummify, Weighing of Souls, Brazier of Anubis. So this is all part of the new Magic School. Then we have Light and Shadow for her, and Great Architect for him. And then Keeper of the Tomb, summon a Sphinx. Wrath of the Jackal God, summon Anubis. This is Anubis' card. Okay. And then we have a small punchboard and the small cards. The Sanctuary of Anubis. Okay. All right. I think when you're combining all these boxes, you most likely can have some really epic games. Rince wins facing off against Imhotep. Should be funny. Alright, so these are the AI cards. Then we've got the Pharaoh card. Pharaoh. And then we've got the Sphinx. Forgotten Beast. Then we've got Anubis. This is Divinity Forgotten. Yeah. And then some Jinx cards, Inverted Pyramid, Locusts, Hourglass of Seth, and Bane of Bakjota. Okay. Put it back. And then let's open the next box, which is the Gaea Reborn. Okay, this is Gaea Reborn, I guess. This is the back. So this adds a bunch of stuff, actually. It is much bigger than the other ones, seemingly, and it's also much more difficult to open. I wonder, since these are separate, if they actually fit in the main box. Oh, this is a difficult one to open. If they do, that'd be nice. Also, this is upside down instead of the other way around. As you can see. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. I don't think this goes in the main box. I already know it's not gonna fit. But it's a huge mini. So let's first take a look at the oh sorry, at the rulebook, you can see the difference in size already. How to use this expansion, large model and line of sight, so on. Oh, and this is also upside down, which is a bit weird. I guess a printing mistake. Oh no, suddenly it goes like this. What? Okay, this is Reborn, and this is just... Ah no, this is the rules for Nova Aetas Renaissance, if you want to use it there. Okay, never mind. So here we are, Talia and Gaea. Alright, so special rules, special locations, and so on. Using paths, additional end of the game stuff, large layouts, stop the threats, legendary scenario. Okay, so this is the Punchboard. There we go. And then let's take a look at the card. Talia. Pretty sweet. And then the 4 tiles, the life fountain. Nice. The thorny clearing. Okay. The indoor forest. Yeah. And the emerald rose. Oh, that's nice. And then we have the cards. So new magic is being introduced yet again. And it also has Nova Aetas cards, which for me are useless because I don't have the game. So Geomancy is introduced. Then you've got the extra cards, and this is for Nova Aetas, I guess. Yeah, see. Yeah. Alright, anyway. Let's open the cards. You can already see the mini. Oh, don't worry, I'll get to it soon. Just doing my best to open these cards. I think that worked nicely. Yeah, there we go. So this also has cards for Nova Aetas, which I understand why they want to do it, but also find it a little bit annoying. Okay. Arcane Sinkhole, Contortion, these are all like Earth Flow or nature stuff, right? Fortuna Minor, Caput Draconis, Carcer, Conjunctio. And here we have Mastery. This is still for this. Nature's Fury, summon Gaea. And then her card. And these two are for Nova Aetas, I guess. This looks Nova Aetas E. I don't know, Black Rose Wars. Okay, this is Nova Aetas. Yeah, so. Alright, then we have the small cards. Let's open these first, and then we'll get to the minis. So we have this, but I think that might also be Nova Aetas. I don't know, I'm not sure now. So then we have Gaea Hunt. So I guess she's hunting. Then we have this card, Geomancer. Okay. These cards, these events, basically. Yeah. And all these. So I guess have to do with the paths and everything. Yeah. It's like events kind of stuff, I guess. Because all these link as well, as you can see. You're creating paths, which is very interesting. These are the start paths, as you can see. And did they have double-sided or what? No, not double-sided. Then you have Phileus, the Beast Servants, as you can see. And then Gaea, Legend Long Forgotten. And then her AI deck, basically. Alright. So those are the smaller cards, and then we can take a look at the you can take a look at the big miniature, because she's definitely very big. Look at this. Really cool. Really nice. Okay. And then there's the smaller one, which really seems tiny in comparison. Okay. So that's this box done. 2 more boxes, and then we can go over to the last 3 boxes. Next up is Seal of Fire, and this is a smaller expansion, obviously. So let's take a look at it as well. And then after that, we just have Dreadforge, and then we're done with this part. Okay, so Seal of Fire. So I guess we have a Phoenix, Prospero, and Sinus. So yeah, it's a Phoenix for sure. And we also have little models like Cenere, Pira, and Brace, or Brace. Okay, so they're familiars. Cool. All right. Prospero. That's his card. And then we have the Room of Rebirth, summon the Phoenix familiar. That looks really cool. Then we can actually put this back on the side. And of course, this time we're going to start with the miniature, because it's too cool not to. Once again, a gigantic miniature. So cool, so awesome. My goodness. They weren't kidding, eh, when they said really detailed and nice miniatures on the Kickstarter page. They really were not kidding. Alright, then we have some Punchboards. We have Room of Rebirth. And then some cards as well. So we have Pira, Cenere, and Brace, I'm going to just call it. Then Alchemical Fireball, then Ancient Rebirth Summon Sinus. Okay? And then this one, it's really just one card. There we go, Sinus Forgotten Beast. Alright. So, let's just quickly unpunch this while we're at it. Just takes 2 seconds. There we go. And this actually doesn't fit. Okay, there then. Alright, so then we still have those 3 tiny ones to look at. Huh? This just came off. Oh, you can just flip it in there. Alright, so we have this one. It's very cute. And then we have, they might be cute, but they're a pain to get out. This one. Ah. Aye. Okay. Alright, and then we have one left. Although it looks the same, but it is of course not the same because we saw the pictures. Slightly different. Yeah. Alright, then we have Prospero. And then this box is finished. And then we can move on with Dreadforge. And here's Dreadforge. This is the back. So that adds quite a bit as well, apparently. So let's take a look. Alright, so no rulebook. Okay, it's here at the bottom. A rulebook and a punchboard, which is hardly worth it. It's just 2 pieces. So you've got this piece and this piece. So, Dreadforge. So we have 1 mage, Etna, and then we've got magma and 5 pupa. The pupas look cool. So once again, special rules for the avatar and the servants. I wonder if you can play with multiple avatars. That'd be cool. I can do a solo game with actually 5 avatars. I think that's perfectly possible. And here you can also use it in Nova Aetas. Renaissance. Okay. Alright. So we have the Forge School of Magic. There we go. Then some other stuff which I think is for Nova Aetas, so I don't really care about that. And then we've got Etna. There you go. I'm going to take it out anyway. Because of the shimmer. There we go. Etna. And then I might as well put this back. There's like, I don't know why there's like a gap here for these. There's nothing to put in there. That's it. And this is too big, so all I can fit is this. These do not fit at all. I don't know why this is here, this gap. I mean, I guess it's so these guys don't fly around. Okay, whatever. So we have all punch boards. Then we have 2 standees, well, 2 bases, I should say. And let's do the minis first. So here is this massive guy. There you go. Nice. Just look at the sword. It's really cool. So much detail. Okay. And then we have our good friend Etna. He's, I think, the biggest playable character I've seen so far. He's definitely huge. And then 5 of those smaller guys. I forgot their name now. Bupas or something. Anyway, they're very cute. Yeah, there's 5 of those. So the guys are done. Then we can take a look at the cards real quick. So it's called a pupa. Sorry, pupa. Now you know. So we have the shiny automaton, hammer and anvil, cyclopean command, hammer fall, chain lightning, and so on. Then we have the master craftsman, lava flow to summon Ignis, and then Kedna's card, and then this is for Nova Aetas. So whatever. And then we have a bunch of small cards, because of course they're going to be the solo cards. So the solo cards, as you can see. And then we have these cards, which all seem like very like equipment stuff. Yeah, they're all like Pupa cards and all like upgrades basically, because they said you can upgrade them in the rulebook, so that's probably what that means. Then we've got the Magma Construction Servant, so Construct Servant, sorry, as you see, and then the same thing here. But it means in the back of the other cards you'll probably see the face as well, from like the Pupa Constructs, Winged Sandals, Talos' Corsets, Eros' Bow, Marge's Claws, and Tartarus Axe. Here we have some events, and then here we have some cool stuff. As you can see, a Skin Blade, a War Scratch, a Crafted Crossbow, Hypodermis, Pegasus Feathers. Okay. Then here, Unstoppable Construct, Sword of Damocles, and so on. All this stuff. And then Nova Aetas stuff. Okay. So these can all go back, and then we will go to the next box. Okay, next up is a book. A book shaped. It says The Secret of the Lodge. I have no idea what it is. Well, let's just open it up. There we go. Ah, nice. Comes with a miniature. So let's take a look at the miniature immediately. There we go. Not bad. It's of course the girl you see here. So it is actually Irene, as you can see. And she is, of course, a playable character, yet another one. All right. And then cards here should be 3 times the same one, right? Yeah. So that goes there. Now let's take a look what is actually inside here. Series of Lord Marco Olivieri. I think it's an actual book, isn't it? To read. Yeah, the preface. Yeah. So I will now read the whole book. The Light Patcher of the... No, of course I'm not going to read the whole book. So it's an actual book. That's super awesome. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to read that for sure. Nice. Alright, so that tome can go to the side. Then I'm going to take this guy, a small box, just to get through it, to get rid of it. So after that we can do the last 2 big boxes. So this is Lucas, so I'm guessing Lucas is just a playable mage. But I have to wait and see first, of course. Maybe he gets automatically added to the box. There's a space for him there. And maybe the other space is for Irene. Because I remember there being 2 spaces. That would make sense. So, let's open them up. There we go. Maybe not, because his miniature seems pretty wide, which is a bad sign. Hi, Lucas. Or Lucas. Is an iconic character from the Nova Aetas Chronicles universe, known as a skilled spellcaster, capable of traveling through time and practicing teleportation. Okay. So he can also be your opponent. He has an avatar. Okay. And he has a vortex token. Okay. So here are the vortex tokens. So, this card. Forgot to turn off the other camera. So his card. Okay. And then some more cards, but at least these are very easy to open. So you've got the Arcane Nigredo construct, but that's from the main game, the base game. There's constructs, if I'm not mistaken. You've got some events, if he's an avatar, and then his avatar deck. Okay, and that goes in there. And then let's take a closer look to his mini, or at his mini. And once again, it has this green extra stuff, which is always nice. So I don't think you can play with him. You cannot play with him. He's just an opponent. Yeah, because you don't have the card. He's just an avatar, someone you can play against. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next box. Okay, so this is Deadly Mask, which is essentially the 5 to 6 player expansion. So this is the back of the box. So yeah, you can play with the 5 and 6 players. So let's take a look at the components and the colors they've used. So there's no art in the box, of course. There is some explanation in the rulebook, apparently. So we have a setup for up to 4 or 5 or 6 players, how you should play, and the new components. So you have, of course, the player boards. So yellow, which I think looks really cool, and green looks really cool as well. Then you've got the punch board from before, just different colors. Then you've got the playable characters and also some, of course, more player aids, yeah, because you have more players. Sefu and Angela with player aids. And also, of course, the starting locations for both of them. Some cubes. And then the special mage abilities that they have. So Mask of the World and Emmet. Okay. And then let's take a look at their miniatures. This is Angela. So it's a 5 to 6 player expansion, but of course you also get 2 new Magisters, which is pretty cool. And this is Sefu. Because having more stuff, more characters is always a plus. Okay. I mean, the other stuff is all basically straightforward, so we don't have to spend more time on this. The last box now. Oh, and most likely the contents of the 5 to 6 player expansion probably fits in the main box. So I think the 2 spaces are for these 2 people. Yeah, that makes most sense. Then the last one, which looks really cool, it is called Rebirth Apocalypse. Create your mage, build your deck, and become the new Magister of Black Rose. So 4 new schools of magic, 4 new mages, Apocalypse mode, and Tournament mode as well. So let's take a look. I'll take the plastic off first. Okay, here we go. Nothing here, no. Let's take a look at the rulebook for Apocalypse. So you have different modes, but look here, you have Fames, Bellum, Pestilentia, Morse, and then 10 Pests for the models. Alright, so you have the standard game. We also have Apocalypse mode, which is basically introduction to tournament mode. Okay. Then you've got tournament mode, where you create the mage of your dreams and their personal library through points system. Okay. And then tournament game, tournament formats, and also a QR code to check out the limited and banned spell cards and so on. Okay, punch boards. Some of the stuff has automatically punched itself already, which is handy, I guess. Alright, so let me put this to the side. Then they did say there were more spell schools. So these ones. We have famine, war, death, and pestilence, of course. And then you also have these. It seems to be player characters. You got Moors, Fames, Bellum, and Pestilentia. And you also have this side, which I guess that would be their normal ones. And this one is when you create your own one or something. If I'm just guessing. And this is to write on. Yeah. Alright, so let's check the miniatures first and then do the rest. There we go. It is such an awesome mini. Really cool horse. Really detailed. Yeah, wow. The next one is also very cool because there's a bunch of them here. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay, they're all, honestly, I can already spoil it for you. They're all very nice. Let's look at this guy. Really cool. Okay, and then the last one, on a very special mount. Okay, and then, as I said before, there are 12 pests, but I wanted to show you one because they all look the same. So it's basically just a rat. Yeah, that's it. Alright, then we'll take a look at the cards. So start with these. I'm going to take all the plastic off and I'll get back to you. Okay, so obviously you first have the cards of all the different magic schools. Like I can see Gluttony, Hunger Bites, Quicksand, Pollute, Hailstorm, Sand Devil, and so on. Then you got Blind Rage, Brute Force, Gratuitous Violence, Slicing, Immolation. Right, so they're there. Here we've got the Winner's Chariot, Bloodline, Retaliation, Final Duel, Lugubrious Toll, Lethal Touch, Dark Omens, Annihilation, Tearing Bone Shield, Entropy, and so on. And here we've got Pyroderma, Proliferate, Aggravate, Ulcer, Contaminate. Then here you have the skills from the heroes, well, the Magisters, Acaristia, Carnage, Consuming Soul, and Calamity. And then also Denutrition, Epic Finale, Requiem, and Violent Epidemic. Alright, so just put these here, and then also a bunch of sleeves. Okay. I'll put these here for now. Then you have the smaller cards. So you've got Pestilencia, and then her card. Morse, and her card. Fames, and his card. And then Bellum, and his card. Then you've got a bunch of rats. You know. They all have their pestilence card. And then Sanguine, which is equipment, Trophy Belt, Cloak of Rage, Destroyer, and Crimson Whip. And you've got these cards as well, which are some events, I guess. Okay, that is the end of this box. Let's move back to the base box. Okay, so that was the end of the unboxing, or this is the end of the unboxing from Black Rose Wars Rebirth. And I can confirm that the 5 to 6 player expansion fits in the box. There's no problem there. And the other boxes, however, I have no idea how to reduce those, so I don't think that's going to be possible. Anyway, really cool game. It looks really cool, so I can't wait to actually try it. And the fact that you can have so many solo AIs should make it really worth it. Thank you very much for joining me in this unboxing, and I'll see you next time. My name is Joachim, always will be. This is only again soon time. Bye bye.